morning. This is Scott Cullen. I'm editor-in-chief of the Kanata Report. I'm here with Frank Kanata for Fridays with Frank. And because it is Fridays with Frank, I did a little something special. I wore a jacket today, Frank, just to get a little more formal than I normally am.
I didn't even notice. How do you like that? Shame on me. Your sartorial impeccability is getting better and better every week.
All right, so this episode, let's talk about how the dealer channel may or may not be rebounding from 2020. We've seen the results of our survey, which will be published in our October and November issues. You've got some thoughts about that. And what are you hearing from dealers? And feel free to tie it into the survey without giving away too many spoilers, since that issue won't be up for a while.
We don't want to tip the bucket that way. All right, I got you. I think plain and simple, just as an overall view, and obviously as we just completed doing a thorough analysis of the revenue side, dealers were off somewhere 5 to 6%. It is, I would say, it's a safe bet to say that is distorted, and it's distorted by the fact that those dealers who gained significant MIF showed in not fundamentally large increases, in some cases small increases, but they maintained their revenue. And I'll give you an example. You take the metropolitan area type of dealer, and obviously in the metro areas, they do a pretty good sized business in the enterprise. Now, we've talked to dealers who do that, and they got hit hard because obviously in the inner cities, with the impact of COVID, those offices were vacant. People went home, were working out of home. So big time, and it's only an estimate, but I would say if you're in the metro area and your enterprise is representing a significant part of your total revenue, and what significant being 40 to 50% of your revenue, you had to lose 1/3 of your revenue. But on the other hand, you have the dealers who, by acquisition and their business being slightly less impacted because they do less business with the enterprise and do more business in education and in legal and in healthcare. So that kind of offset it, because the one thing that wasn't hit was healthcare, and not legal either. Certainly education was, but not the other two. So it just depends on the makeup of their business. But as a rule, in terms of looking at the findings of the survey, the revenue was down from last year, and that's the best thing that we can go at in looking at it. I don't know any other way to put it. So if you wanted to, ideally, we all like to come up with a hard number and say business was off 15%, 20%, 30%. You'd have to categorize dealers in different ways and say, for this group of dealers, their business was down 30%. For this group of dealers, it was down 15%. For this group of dealers, it wasn't down at all. So it's kind of hard. And when you look at the power of the $100 million dealers, of which there were 11 this year, it's incredible. The total volume that they came up with. And I urge our readers to look at that when they get the survey, because to me, that's the most telling statistic in the survey. You see 11 dealers controlling that level of the revenue is incredible. And it shows you where the industry continues to accelerate in that path. Because last year, I remember you reported 14 dealers 15 dealers doing 30% or so this year. 11 did much less. There were of the 3 that didn't respond from the prior year, so we couldn't measure them. 2 did not respond at all. The 1 did was down 9%. So even $100 million dealer got hit to the extent of 9%. And considering what was going on in the economy, that's not that bad. I would sell for that for us. But hey, that's the story for another day. I think those are the major things that come out from a revenue standpoint, performance standpoint.